We appreciate your visit on behalf of all my colleagues here. You إنستقرام, and you always fulfill your promise. We welcome your visit. And there is two topics we would like you to touch on. One of them is the terrorist attack on Aramco facilities, which is the center of the world energy. How do you look at it? سؤالي بالإنجليزي أنه كيف تنظر شخصية دبلوماسية إلى الهجوم الإرهابي على مرافق الطير كمركز للطاقة العالمي. Please. And then we have another question.
Okay. So I think first of all, I would say that my home is here right now. So our home is here, and to have something like this happen in your home it's scary. Right? Doesn't feel good, and it's something we all worry about. I think a couple of things I would say is that first of all, it was very clear that it was absolutely targeted towards the industrial side, right? It wasn't targeting people and human lives. I went to Upcake just last week, so it's been just about, actually 1 week ago today, I went with Senator McSally, Senator Manchin, and then our ambassador. We got to visit Upcake, we got to see firsthand what's happening there and how Aramco has just done an amazing job. And I can tell you that based on what I heard and what I saw, Aramco engineers were out there taking care of the plant within minutes. So I just have to really give them full congratulations, because it's a total success of what they were able to do. And I think that speaks for many things, but I take it as a personal compliment for the United States, because it's American DNA in Aramco. So, American training, American things that were built in the 1950s, but really moreover, it's Saudi engineers, young engineers, some with only a couple of years of experience, who knew how to go in and take care of what was happening there. So I think huge congratulations from that perspective, that Aramco engineers, and people sitting in this room, many of whom I'm sure many of you who have worked for Aramco before, or at least know somebody who works for Aramco, maybe have contracts working for Aramco, that it was just, from my perspective, huge success. I think you said one thing really big, that this is the core of the energy supply of the world, right? So the fact that it was brought up in less than 15 days, the fact that it's up and running and it's even larger production, a higher production than what it was before the attack, I think it's huge. That talks about Aramco's resiliency, that talks about Saudi Arabia's resiliency, that you can really bounce back from something like this. So I think that's the message I would say, that's kind of huge from my perspective, that yes, something like this can happen, but then you can bounce right back. So I really congratulate Aramco, I congratulate the people of Saudi Arabia, and of course the minister, who was from the first day on saying, we'll be up and running, you watch, we're going to be up and running, this will be. So I think he knew, he had faith and trust in everybody in Aramco. So I think from my perspective, being here at home, it's a little bit scary. I can tell you, I talked with, I think 4 days later, I had a town hall for American citizens to talk about this. And of course, people are scared of what's happening here. But my understanding and my hope is that things are calming down, that there's going to be diplomatic discussions, there's going to be a diplomatic end game to all of this. So that's where I think we all are at this point, that there will be engagements at multiple levels, that this will calm the situation down.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I will, can I translate?
Please.
طبعا هي تقول في سيناتورز من امريكا جو مع السفير ومعها الاسبوع الماضي، جو زاروا المنطقه القيب، وهي تشعر ان هذا من بيتها الثاني، وارتباط امريكا مع ارامكو يعني كانه يشعرون انها احدى ابنائها من الثلاثينات، وهم ينشئون هالشركة ويطورونها وكذا، يعني كشعور يكون صعب عليهم أنه يشوفونها تتعرض إلى هالمخاطر، صحيح؟ وتشكر بقوة ومعجبة جدا في الدور اللي قاموا فيه المهندسين السعوديين بإعادة الإصلاح وإعادة الضخ خلال أقل من 15 يوم، والإنتاج رجع زي ما كان أفضل. هذا ما يحصل في كثير من دول العالم حتى المتقدمة، لكن الأيدي السعودية كما شاهدتها هي قادرة على إعادة هذا العمل إلى ما كان عليه. طبعا السلام عليكم. عبد الرحمن جلس. السلام عليكم. عادل، فهذا يعني تعتبره فخر للشباب السعودي. عادل افتح لنا هذا خلينا نشوف اشتغل هداه الله. لا خلاص
سلم في الجوال.
صار في جوال. الشيء لانه اعتقد اللي بالاخير ما قاعد يسمع لا صوتي ولا صوت. السؤال الثاني اللي نطرحه، how do you see the now Saudi Arabia has opened the tourism visa and it has been utilized. People are getting it now in a very short time. By coincidence, I have one friend, one businessman who arrived from America, and he used it, and it took from him hours to get the visa. And at the airport, he just gone through smoothly and very quick. With these changes, with the social life changes, and as a diplomat, as an American, how do you look at it, please? سؤالي شرحته بالعربي. الآن طبقوا التأشيرة الإلكترونية للسياحة، وبدأوا بعض الأشخاص يستخدمونها. صادفت اليوم إحدى رجال الأعمال الأمريكيين كان جاي، وقلت له ايش تستخدم؟ كان تأشيرة سياحية
سهلة
ساعات، وبالمطار ما أخذت حتى دقائق. كيف انطباعها عن هذا التغيير اللي حاصل في المملكة العربية السعودية؟ بليز. السؤال الثاني اللي نطرحه، سؤالي شرحته بالعربي. الآن طبقوا التأشيرة الإلكترونية للسياحة، وبدأوا بعض الأشخاص يستخدمونها. صادفت اليوم إحدى رجال الأعمال الأمريكيين كان جاي، وقلت له ايش تستخدم؟ كان تأشيرة سياحية
سهلة
ساعات، وبالمطار ما أخذت حتى دقائق. كيف انطباعها عن هذا التغيير اللي حاصل في المملكة العربية السعودية؟ Please.
So, a couple of things for background. I lived in Riyadh from 2010 to 13, and I had many people visit me. So I'm very much a people person. So wherever I go in the world, I have friends come and visit me. So when I came to Saudi Arabia, I wanted to invite my friends, I wanted to invite my family. It was really, really tough. You know, Saudis are always asking me about visas, and I always say back to them, yeah, we give you a 5-year multiple entry, but we can barely get a visa for one visit. So this made me so happy. My parents are coming next week. I applied for them last week. I think I was online on Friday, and for both of them, within 5 minutes. Done. So 1 year multiple entry, 408 riyals. I was really happy. Let's see, they're going to come next week, so we'll see how this works out. But I think to me, it's kind of an interesting change from when I was in Riyadh and what's happening right now, because so when I was in Riyadh, we invited friends over and family over. We went to Al-Ula, we went to Najran, I went to Jizan, I went to Waba Crater. I've been to Taif, I've been to many places, all right? And I love seeing things, and Saudi Arabia has so many beautiful things to see. I think now it's open for everybody. It's huge. And not only is it open for everybody, but I think it's being built in a way that people will enjoy coming and not only see the sights, but also get to enjoy Saudi hospitality. So what I would love to do, if there is a way to open something like this up, if people could figure out how do you attend a Majlis, how do you go to a Diwaniyah, I think true Saudi hospitality is a place like this. You really, truly see, and I know it looks kind of interesting and different that there's one woman sitting here and all these men, you're probably wondering what's going on here. But to me, it's really comfortable because that's how you and I are together, we're friends. This is beyond the diplomatic stage, this is beyond the working together stage. And I think Americans will feel comfortable. I think most of the world will feel comfortable when they come and they see that, you know, it's really normal. It's Saudis are as normal as anybody else, and you know, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that as time goes by, that not only are tourists going to go to the touristy places, but they'll start to see this as a destination to come to for other reasons. So Saudi cuisine, Saudi music, Saudi culture, Saudi art, all those things are coming. I was at a poetry session this past, it was in Aramco called Daran Poetry Group, and they asked me to sing some poetry. And so I went and learned what's his name? Prince Nawaf bin
Faisal.
Yeah, Nawaf bin Faisal bin Fahad bin Saud.
Yeah.
Asir al-Shok. So I learned one of his poems that Muhammad Abdu sang. And it won't go out of my head now because I keep hearing it all the time. And they, when I got up there and you listen and you kind of see the message in the poem, and I'm thinking there's so much of that here. So the first step is to see things like Al-Ullah and Kayseriya Souk or going to Jabal Al-Gara. I think the next step is going to be how do you get into poetry and how do you get into art and how do you really do, you know, have you guys heard of Zadik? This is a culinary institute for Saudi cuisine. So that's coming. So things are changing. So I'm waiting for the time when tourists come and they want to learn how to make jarish.
Look like you like.
I love jarish. I'm waiting for the time when tourists come here to watch an Ittifaq Hilal game because it's exciting. All right? Not the way it was last weekend, but hopefully soon. But yeah, so I think there are steps to how tourism is going to work. And I think just like everywhere else, there's going to be growing pains. It won't be easy, but I think it's an exciting time. I keep telling everybody it is the best time to be in this country. It is the most amazing time to be in this country. What's happening here right now hasn't been seen anywhere else, that you guys are so lucky.
Thank you very much. Let me...
Sorry, the translation is going to be tough. I apologize.
And then, no, that you can continue. قبل لا ابدا بالجريش عبد الله العياثني يقول جريش لا صوت ولا وشيش. فهي طبعا
ترجم لها.
تقول طبعا هي تقول ان هذا التغيير سعيد لها، وقدمت التأشيرة لأمها وأبوها وأخذت 5 دقائق. 5 دقائق يوم الخميس قدمتها خلال 5 دقائق أخذت التأشيرة لأمها وأبوها يبيجون. هي عاشت في السفارة في الرياض في بداية 2000 وحست الفرق الكبير بالإجراءات. كانت يعني تقول كلمة اجتماع السعوديين يتكلمون ليش التأشيرة وليه التأشيرة والتأشيرة طبعا الأمريكي تقول يعني كنت اقول لهم طيب احنا نعطيكم 5 سنين متكرره، انتم مره واحده وتطول. ف الان افتتحت، هي تقول المملكه العربيه السعوديه الان مفتوحه للعالم، وتظن انه سيكون هناك تغيير لانه هناك تراث، هناك آثار، هناك أشياء كثيرة في المملكة العربية السعودية ممكن العالم يطلع عليها، لا تكون ما حد يعرف عنها كمكان مبهم، صندوق أسود، الآن مفتوح للعالم. أتوقع أن يتغير نوعية السياحة إلى سياحة أخرى، اللي هي سياحة ثقافية، سياحة دينية، سياحة حتنفتح المملكة وتكون جاذبة إلى كثير من أنواع السياحة. السياحة ما هي نوع واحد، مو كل السياحة نوع واحد، سياحة أنواع. في ناس تروح الأفريقي، أدغال أفريقيا، في ناس تروح الأمازون، غابات. كثير من الأشياء موجودة في المملكة، وهي يعني أسعد فترة بالنسبة لها أنه هذه الفترة اللي تعيشها الآن في المملكة، اللي هي فيها التغيير، حتى تشوف الواقع السابق والواقع الحالي. إذا أحد عنده استفسار حددنا سؤالين.
دكتور، نتمنى أن الدول الأخرى عاملة مثل ما عاملنا حاجات الفيزا.
هي يعملون.
لا الدول الأخرى.
They said that we wish the other countries, not the state. They treat us with the visa and the same. As you complete
Next year when I leave, but it's almost 9 years in the Middle East. So I did 2 years in Kuwait, I also did a year in Iraq. Writing a book. I'm not a great writer. It's not something I thought about, but I think it would be an interesting thing to write about. And I'll tell you why I think it would be really interesting. Not that, yeah.
سؤال أبو عبد الله
Yes.
قال لها أنت قضيتي كدبلوماسية فترة في المملكة سواء في الرياض أو الدمام، وهي قالت لا أنا سنتين بالكويت وسنة في العراق. فقال لها هل ستطبعين كتاب عن تجربتك؟
So I haven't really given it too much thought. A lot of people have been asking me that same question. Some memories are really, really special. I would say 85 to 90% of what I've experienced here has been special. And I think it would be really good to actually write them down to kind of, especially being the first woman here, in general. Yeah, I've thought about it. I don't know where I would start. So, are you a writer? Okay, so are we writing together then? Let's do it. Let's do this. Yeah. It's been a little bit more special because I get to see the family. I get to see things that probably the men do not get to see. So that experience. So I can go to a men-only wedding. I can go to a women-only wedding. I can also go to something combined. I can go to somebody's home and have dinner with him and his daughter and his wife, and so that's been probably the biggest difference from my perspective. But probably the biggest thing that I've watched in Saudi families and Saudi culture that I really admire is the respect for your elders. I think respect for family, respect for your parents, respect for your grandparents. Whether you fully mean it or not, the idea is always there.
تقول من الأشياء اللي تعلمتها خصوصا اللي مرأة، فأجتمع مع النساء بحفلات بجمعات بعشاء كذا، وأجتمع مع الرجال. تقول اللي المجتمع عندكم من الأشياء المهمة اللي علمني احترام العائلة. العائلة لها احترام والتقدير والتوقير الكبير للشخص الكبير السن. هناك يعني فعلا أحس ناهيك عن وزنه الاجتماعي أو كذا، احترام وتقدير كبير السن عندكم، هذا لفت نظري كثير جدا وتعلمت منه شيء كثير. هذا يعني باختصار.
بس حبيت اسالها بس
شلون احنا انت تصور تسال؟
مره واحده يعني بحكم انها صار لها 5 سنين بالخليج ما تعلمت اللغه العربيه.
Oh, why haven't I learned Arabic? I mean, that's your answer. شوية.
خلاص تعرف شويه كافي. Okay, up to here. Thank you very much for this time you give us and for open, really feeling that you felt that you are speaking without hesitation, without a diplomatic touch or thanks, many thanks. We appreciate it. اللي يبي يسلم يسلم. خلاص اللي يبي يسلم. سعادة القنصل العام يعني من خلال احتكاكي لفترة لم أرى أنشط منها في التواصل الاجتماعي. صحيح. وقد يقول واحد هذا له وهذا لشخصيته وهذا، لكن اللي لفت نظري مساعدته للسعوديين عندما يحتاجون شيء في السفر، وهذا اللي أنا أشكرها عليه.
هو دكتور
It's not only your social, but your help to the Saudi people that they need. So on behalf of this, I am presenting this small
Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much for having me, Dr. Rabia. It was a real pleasure to be here tonight. And good to meet all of you, and much thanks to the photographer, Instagram and Manara. Hope you take really good photos, right?
Sure, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Very much.
Shukran.
You are happy with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.